What is up, guys? This is DaSpoofy, of course, because it's my channel. But maybe in the future you'll find that it's not DaSpoofy. It could be my little brothers or whatever. That could be in the summer. Anyway, what I'm here today is to tell you about how I got banned from a trampoline park in Kansas. So it happened like 3 weeks ago, and while I'm doing it, I'm going to show you the battles of the tour I just won. It says it right there. And we're going to show the battles leading up to that. It's only 4. So we're going to do an instantly replay. So, basically, I go to this trampoline park, and I was going there for the exercise. I just wanted a nice leg workout. That does a lot, by the way. And I should have just Thunderbolt. And I just wanted to go there for the leg workout. I go with my brothers, and my brothers bring their friends. So there's probably about 10 or 12 of us, and we always go on the same dodgeball team because it's fun to pwn little people. Well, we had a few cheaters on the other team. We'd hit them and they wouldn't go out, and since there's like no, like people watching to see if they go out, there is, but they don't care. We kind of got mad. We're like, hey, you're out, because we always went out when we got out and they didn't. And of course these kids are like, usually the kids that do this are like 18 or 20, and that they work there, so they think they can do whatever they want. And then the other ones, there was just some 12-year-olds that wouldn't get out. So we just kept hitting them and hitting them and hitting them, and they wouldn't get out. So I go over to their side because I'm like, hey, I'm on your team now. Not really. I take the balls out of their hands and throw them to my team. And basically every time they got hit by a ball and didn't go out, I would start tripping them. They would jump up in the air, and I would put my arm under their legs, and they would flip in the air and fall on their face, which is not right, of course, because that could get you in trouble, and it did. So this one kid, I got out. I was done being on their team, and this was done for a while. We were there probably an hour and a half at this point, and at the hour mark, I'm like, yeah, I don't care for these kids anymore. Well, as I was going out, some kid jumped up past the line and hit me right in the face on purpose, and then he tried to run away. So I grabbed his arm, and then I swept under his legs with my leg with a rather harsh kick. And then he fell on the trampoline, and I walked away. Well, it turns out his older brother works there, and he comes out and starts cussing at me. He's like, I beat the crap out of you. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. And I'm like, if you have a problem, you can call your dad, and we can settle. I can talk to a reasonable guy about this. So he does call his dad, unfortunately, and his dad is not a reasonable man. So his dad's like, you never touch a 12-year-old no matter what. That was the Cyndaquil game. We're going to hop into the next one. You never touch a 12-year-old no matter what because they're smaller than you. I'm like, yeah, then they shouldn't be trying to pick on me because I can do stuff to them. But the dad didn't take that too lightly. He walked away without me even apologizing, which was a huge mistake, people. Just apologize even if you did nothing wrong and go on with your life. And I go over to the manager and I talk to the manager about this. I know I'm wrong in tripping the kid, but I still want to get my side of the story out there so it doesn't get twisted. Well, the dad sees me talking to the manager and he gets pissed off, so he comes walking over and he's like, I want to call the cops on this guy for assault or battery or something. I'm like, this is retarded. And then the dad is awful. Okay, he starts taking pictures of me and I start waving at him like, hey, and I was smiling for the picture and everything, and he's like, you're a smartass, aren't you? You're gonna get in big trouble. I'm gonna get you suspended from school and fired from your job. I'm like, oh, darn it. Like, he has the power to do any of that. But I am getting a little scared at this point. I'm like, this guy is so obsessive. Like, what the heck? And it's just crazy. It's madness. Like, he actually does call the cops. And I wait around. I'm like, this guy's a jackass. And the whole time he's there, he's just spitting words. He's throwing insults, cussing at me. I'm like, leave me alone. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. So the cops arrive, and my dad arrives too, and then he starts complaining to my dad, and my dad's like, I don't care. And it's funny. And the cops arrive, and basically they see the tapes, and I've been tripping kids, so it looks pretty bad, and they see that the kid pretty much punched me in the face with a dodgeball, so I swept his legs and put him on the trampoline, which isn't even hurting him. And they're like, yeah, you can't charge him for battery, can you, like, chillax? And I'm like, yes, thank goodness. But there had to be some sort of consequence, or that guy was not gonna leave lightly. So the manager calls me over, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to ban you from Urban Air. I'm like, no! But it really is their loss, because now, I mean, all the friends and brothers and stuff, and I go there weekly, that we go there weekly and play, we don't do that anymore. So they're losing about $200 a week, which is unfortunate. I didn't want Urban Air to suffer because of this. I just, you know, it's unfortunate. I should have got, I don't think I should have got banned, but should have been some sort of punishment. They took pictures of the kid's legs. He was a decent kid. He played 2 games of dodgeball after he got tripped, and they checked his legs and everything for bruises, and they like photographed, and they couldn't find anything. So basically they couldn't charge me for anything. I mean, if I broke his leg, that's one thing, but I freaking tripped him. I'm not gonna break his leg by tripping him unless he had bones of glass, okay? And I keep saying and, I don't want to say that. I used to give speeches in high school, and they were really good. Anyway, it's just a bad predicament, and the lady that banned me, she's like, I'm sorry I had to do this, but it had to be something. I'm like, I understand. I know how that is. And that's pretty much it. I went home and listened to like a playlist of sad songs because I felt kind of weird. I didn't feel sad. I felt like I was wrong in some sort, and I was wrong, but not enough for like it to matter. This Blissey, by the way, had 0 defense, which probably saved me because it was Wish Tech, and Wish Tech is hard to beat with this team because I have a Mian Chao to hit Blissies. So it's awful. I mean, I don't know what to do. They said if this ever came up again, they'd call me and they'd have detectives investigate it. But, like, what's gonna happen? Unless the dad went home and beat his son with a wrench on his leg to show a bruise, I'm not going to court or anything. It's completely ridiculous. I was wrong. Let's just put that on the record. I was wrong. I shouldn't have tripped the kid. If I went back in time... Yeah, let's do this. I beat a stall team with the team that doesn't beat stall, so... Forget you guys. What I did is I switched aromatherapy for psychic, so now I can beat stall. Which is cool, because this team needed that. I thought back to it. What I should have done is just grab the kid's arm and tell him to stop it, and then let him go and let him fall on his butt. Like, I shouldn't have tripped him at all. I should have talked to the older brother. I should have made him feel guilty for whatever his little brother was doing, because he was being a bad example. He wasn't getting out, so his little brother thought, hey, the rules don't apply to me either. I don't have to get out too. And it's really selfish of that brother. I'm really upset about that. And if he wanted to fight, that's fine. I'm very, very sturdy. Let's just say sturdy. And I don't know. It was a weird night. I got home around 12 o'clock because the place closed at 11, and I was just waiting for these cops forever. And the cops arrived. The cops were cool guys. It was really cold outside, and they came out. They were like hardcore trying to like get down to it instead of just being like, this is a dumb situation, which is which is fine, of course, because I am guilty, but not to the point where I need to be charged for something on my record. That's crazy, people. Like, I tripped a kid intentionally. Yes. Is that battery? No. Do I have anything against the kid? No. I'm sure he's an okay guy. He just has bad influences in his life. And I mean, whose fault is that? Probably the father's. Probably his older brother's. His father was an unreasonable guy. It's really hard to talk to someone that can't be reasoned with. I like to talk things over. I like to figure out things. He just was like, you kicked a 12-year-old, which I didn't kick him. I swept his legs. You kicked a 12-year-old. There's no justice for that. They get the freebie. Yeah, okay. We are at 10 minutes. We're gonna keep going with this tour, and leave in the comments what you think. This is the second time I've gotten the police called on me. Like, Hikari is the Smogon police, and then the regular police, and I'm getting in trouble, getting banned, getting penalized. So maybe there's something wrong with my attitude nowadays. Maybe I need to rethink my life. Maybe I need to, oh no, oh, we're not gonna pause that, we're gonna, thanks, man. I like these people. Maybe I need to rethink something, because stuff isn't working. What I had to do here was kill this fortress and then sweep his team with Florgus. It wasn't that hard. What else can I talk about? I guess I can keep going on about this. There's not much to go on about. It's it's unfortunate, but there's another trampoline park downtown that's a little bit farther away. I still like it better in some circumstances. You see, at this Urban Air, the one I got banned from, I got to climb on the walls. I got you know in Black Ops 3 where you walk on the walls, kind of. I do that all the time. Like, if I ever got the videotapes released and showed the last night at Urban Air, you could see me. I was flying all over the place. People called me the ninja there, and I wore like hats and stuff as a signature to who I am, because I was like a superhero there, which was really cool. And at Get Air, the place that I'm not banned from, the walls are a little more vertical, so you can't do that as much. But they have like Ninja Warrior courses and climbing ropes and foam pits, which are pretty cool. And their dodgeball is a little bit more organized. They have a ref that actually cares. And the employees aren't as bad at Get Air. The employees are pretty bad at Urban Air. I'm sure it's the only one in Wichita, like the only in Wichita where it's bad. If you want to go check out a trampoline park, I do recommend Urban Air, or any trampoline park for that matter. They're really cool. It's really fun, like, especially if you're fit, because, I mean, there's no fatigue factor. There's just fun if you're fit. So, shout out to my 6 naughty wives pulling it through right here. I just sweep right here. And him switching out, I think he switches out the next turn or a few turns after this, actually saves me quite a bit of synthesis and maybe some time, because now I got the rocks damage and I can 2 a KO him with Moonblast, which is awesome. So yeah, go to a trampoline park, guys. They're really fun. They're about like $12 an hour and $20 for 2 hours. What you want to do is you want to get on their websites and find a special deal, and if you don't know if you have one in the area, just Google it. And just look for the special deal, because it will be it'll save you a lot of money, and you don't be forced to go there. Just like wait for the special night or whatever, and then you can go. It's a nice leg workout if you're looking for a nice leg workout and you don't want to run, you don't want to do squats. Trampolines are really nice. So That's really cool. Go with some people you know. It's kind of awkward going by yourself, especially if you're 19 years old, because there's generally an age group of 12 to 16 there, and then when you're a 19-year-old and you're throwing dodgeballs at 10-year-olds, it's kind of So you want to go with some friends and hang out with them and do what you need to do. Shout out to this guy saying that. It kind of made me a little mad. I said, come on, man, we don't bring stall and room tours. He said, man, literally everyone has something to complain about, regardless of my team. Deal with it. I just sent him a smiley face because I knew I was just going to beat him. So, and I did. We're just going to end that there. And we're going to go to the finals with Ephanos, which was a little scary because he has this modest specs. Is it modest specs? I'm pretty sure it is, because otherwise my Rotom was outsped. Modest specs. Not modest specs, I mean timid specs. Kyurem, which is super, super powerful, and actually wrecks this team, even though I have an Empoleon. Can you believe that? It's a max speed F Empoleon, and I still have trouble with this Kyurem. Yep. That's like Assault Vest, Metagross, by the way. And here he makes I'd say a pretty good play. And he lets this die in order for him to get rid of rocks and set up rocks, which is not a bad play. I try to take advantage of this a little, and then I realize I'm putting myself in a bad position. I go for the Swords Dance here. And then I want him to like go out to Kyurem here and save this as fodder, but nope, he doesn't. So he stays in, and that means his Kyurem can come in again, which is unfortunate. And because my switch-ins consist of Jellicent, which boom, and this Empoleon. You might ask why I didn't go to Empoleon, because I wanted to predict that Focus Blast or Earth Power. And as you can see, my Empoleon is low. It wouldn't have lived 2, I'm pretty sure. Because it does like 38, 40. It might have, but barely. Got to get off these rocks on my side, which is great, because there's nothing for him to set up rocks again. I just go into my Tangrowth because he's not going for the wing attack, because if he did, then he's risking that dying to an Empoleon that could have just potentially stayed in. Now he goes out to Kyurem here. I made a dumb play. I should have just went for the knockoff. But the Aerodactyl was a threat if I predicted wrong. I think maybe the Swords Dance was the best play just in case. Now here I figure he's Assault Vest, so I have to go for the Overheat. I didn't want to go for the Volt Switch and him be able to do something. So he goes out to this now, and I test if he is timid or modest, because I don't calc, and he is timid, which is awful. I can't do anything about that. You know what? He might be modest. I haven't checked. We're gonna check right now really quick. 95 is pretty fast. Yeah, he's timid. Now here I make a pretty good play. See, as you can tell, I can Mega Evolve here and Stone Edge anything, and if he wants to bring in the Suicune, then I can go out to Jellicent. I almost predicted this, but I said it was too risky, so I go out to Jellicent now as he switches out to Kyurem. And I switch out to something that can die. My Tangrowth is no longer necessary, so I don't need it. Go out to Mienshao, and basically, if I hit this Suicune, I am in a good position. I go out to my Jellicent now because it's a hard position for him. He has to like Scald, and I get my health back, and I'm pretty sure I make this double into my Mienshao, which is awesome because now I can kill anything in 2 hits. He lets this thing die, which is great, but the threat's not over. I go out to my Jellicent now as he goes out into his Infernape. Made a dumb decision here and did not Scald. I don't know why I switched out. I wanted this as fodder. I mean, I guess I said if he brought it in, he has something to hit me with, so whatever. I go for the Aerial Ace here, and now I'm going to go back out into the Jellicent as he goes back out into his Infernape. And I have no reason not to go for the Scald right here. And he does not go for the Grass Knot, which is cool. Because I would have stayed in and then try to beat him with my Rotom, which I'm pretty sure I would have. Yeah, I kill him. So it would have been a weird 50-50 at the end if he went for the Grass Knot, but he didn't. So my Jellicent pulls through, and he cannot do anything to my Jellicent, and I can basically outstall him. I'm not taunt. He might have thought I was taunt, and I might have played that just so we could end the game earlier. But yeah, that's it, guys. Tell me what you think about this Urban Air situation. I do think I'm wrong. I'm guilty, but not guilty enough to get a battery charge. You know what I mean? Alright, have a nice day.